Welcome, guys, to another dark reading. This is for the collective. This is what I call shadow work because we are dealing with more darker aspects of the collective. There is a very specific message here for somebody. It's a very interesting reading. A lot of very heavy energy. There is, I believe, a very specific message here for somebody. So this reading may not resonate with everyone, but it is a very interesting read. I am using my favourite deck, which is the Corrupted Tarot deck, and I will be drawing a card from the Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle here. So I'm going to do the reading now, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, welcome to another shadow read. This is a collective reading, but I feel that there is a strong, very specific message here. So it may only concern very few people watching, but there is definitely a very heavy energy here. I meditated on the cards, and as I looked into the meanings of the cards, remember, the Corrupted Tarot, all the cards are in reverse. All the meanings are reversed. And I use these cards fundamentally to explore darker issues within the collective. So we're going to go a bit deep here. The overall energy for the reading is the Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse is to do with having a need to go within and confront the shadow aspect of the self. It's interesting that this card came up first because, like I said, I call these readings shadow work, and we are exploring darker aspects of the self here. So the Devil in reverse is a very appropriate card because it is to do with the exploration of the shadow. And if you would like to research more about shadow work, look at things written by Carl Jung, specifically to do with the shadow. All human beings have a shadow side, and it's a very difficult step to integrate different aspects of the personality, but often it begins with integrating our own shadows. So this first card, this Devil here, it has to do with self-acceptance and understanding your own fears, your own forms of hatred, your own prejudice. It's all to do with shedding a light on that deep, dark part of the soul. But let us have a look at the reading. The first card, starting from top left, is the Magician in reverse. Now, to me it appears, because I have looked at all the cards here together, and I have figured out what I believe the cards are trying to communicate here. There is a family here. There is a generation of trauma within this family. I see a wealthy family here. The father or the mother may have remarried. There is wealth here, inheritance. The people that own this estate and this house did not necessarily work for this. I believe that this was inherited. The Magician in reverse suggests a person that is very manipulative, uses the tools of the magician for their own selfish gains. This card can also represent a very impotent energy. Unlike the magician who is upright, who has focused energy going forward and is able to manifest, whatever this person manifests is often very negative. And this person is a very good manipulator. So I believe this is one of the people in this family, maybe the mother. And then the following card is the Ten of Cups in reverse. We see a house here. There's like a green skull in the sky there. All the cups are reversed. All the energy of the cups is being shed or spilled on top of this house. So again, there is this idea here of a wealthy family, and somehow this house coming into disrepute or disrepair. The family members, the mother and father who owned this house, did not maintain it well. There is some kind of darkness or heavy energy within this home. There is a number of children that have grown up here, and I believe there is like a generational trauma that has gone on in this home here. The next card is the Nine of Cups in reverse. This is to do with, especially in this image, it's to do with losing these cups, losing this happiness or wealth that was gathered in previous generations. It is clinging on to whatever you can within this home. So, like I said, I believe this is an inheritance, and the people that had this inheritance did not manage to hold on to it well. There was bad management. There was probably a lot of fighting within the family. There's also a very narcissistic energy here. The Four of Pentacles, again, similar to the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Four of Pentacles is all about clinging on to wealth and projecting the image of a well-to-do family, you know, showing the outside world that everything is good within this household. But the truth of the matter is that this family has many, many dark issues. They are very well hidden. I see a man here. He wears very fine clothing. He has a very eloquent way of speaking. He projects a manner of grace and etiquette. But again, I feel that there is a female energy here. Maybe this is the man's second wife, and she is definitely the more narcissistic, manipulative of the two. And she is the one in control of the money and the finances in this house. The next card is the Emperor in reverse. This is the father figure of the household. He does not really have any power as the Emperor does. He has lost control. Again, this person does not have the abilities to manage his affairs properly. He has solely relied on the generational wealth and inheritance to survive. But there is a lot of money here. Unfortunately, a lot of this money has been squandered. And like I said, this home, this household, it's probably like slowly falling apart. There's parts of the estate that were not well maintained. The story that came to my mind, even though I do not know this story, I am a fan of Edgar Allan Poe. The title that kept coming to mind was The Fall of the House of Usher. It's something here to do with there once being this very kind of beautiful estate, this harmonious kind of place once upon a time in history where there was a happy family here. But somehow trauma had seeped into this family and troubles had seeped in. And it almost feels like there's like some kind of a generational curse here. The next card is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This, I believe, is a member of the collective, a person that is watching this video right at this moment. You left this home. You had to become a very independent person. You may have lacked faith. You know, there was a time where you may have turned your back on God. You may have become more of a kind of atheist. There's definitely maybe a lack of spirituality here within yourself. You have had great difficulty. You are a victim of the trauma of whatever happened in this family. With the Two of Pentacles, you wrestle within your life for stability. It's been extremely difficult for you, and maintaining balance in your own well-being, your own mental health is a daily battle. The Eight of Wands in reverse here is about maybe at times having lost your way in life, having difficulty. Perhaps you substituted your lack of communication for aggression. Maybe you were attracted to alcohol or drugs because those things made you feel better in some way. But your path has been extremely difficult. The Seven of Swords in reverse here is, there's something here to do with self-deception and guilt. There is a lot of pain here. There is a self-denial of the past and what you went through growing up. So there are a lot of feelings of sadness and guilt here. A lot of frustrations with the past. There was definitely abuse here. Definitely some kind of abuse. One or both of your parents were very narcissistic, and like I said, there was manipulation. You may have been the type of child that had to develop very strong independent skills. You became a little bit of a loner in life, and like I said, you only saw light at the end of the tunnel when you left this home here. The last card here is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So again, this is to do with being a bit of a loner, being a person that finds it maybe at times difficult to work in a team. You may have become a bit of an entrepreneur, working on your own, maybe setting up your own business. You had to develop the tools to survive on your own as a person. And that happened early on in childhood. So it's quite an interesting read. I do want to get a card for advice here because this is a very hard reading. So I'm going to get the Dark and Dangerous Oracle for advice. Let's shuffle a card and see if we can get some positive energy here. Let's have a look at what the Deep, Dark, Dangerous Oracle has for us. What advice can you give the collective regarding this very difficult life and upbringing that they've had here? What advice do you have for the collective? The card we have here is Hypnos, or rest. Hypnos is the Greek word for rest. Let's have a look here. It's number 20. Let's see what it says here in the oracle. Hypnos. Prioritize rest and sleep. Allow yourself to dream. You need the grace of rest to be at your best. The unconscious has great depths and power, so explore it if you can. Use your imagination. Do not stay asleep to your potential. Awaken to your power. So, I believe here that whoever you are in the collective, whoever you are watching this, you need to rest. You need to calm your mind. I would even suggest meditating, journaling your dreams. Start writing down whatever dreams you may have. These dreams will give you signs and symbols to help you to understand things within your own shadow. Like I said, the overall energy is the devil in reverse, and this is to do with integrating your shadow. I would greatly suggest for this person, if they have not done so already, maybe to seek one-to-one counselling, go into some therapy here, or go into a 12-step group. 12-step groups are very good because they're very healing, and you can talk to other people that may have gone through similar experiences to yourself. So this is what I have for you. Again, this was a dark reading, as I call it, shadow work. So I hope this may have helped someone in the collective. I do believe that someone needed to hear this message, and like I said, I do advise, even though you have become very strong independent, that you do seek some type of outside help. You shouldn't have to go alone in life, carrying such a burden. That's what I have for you, and I hope to see you again soon.